We back again to this lesson on daily routines, part two. In this session, I'm going to review what we studied about daily routines. And remember, I told you that daily routines are simply simple present tense things we used to do, things we do regularly, things we do every day. Okay. So the first part focused more on theory, where I gave you some rules on the simple present tense. Um, and in this video, I'm going to review some of them, not all of them, because the video is not about the theoretical part, but this video will focus more on practice. But I'm going to review a little bit what we did on a previous video, meaning simple present tense or daily routines uh, rules. Okay, and then we're going to do some practice in this one. Okay, now, good. Last time we studied um, this. I told you that daily routine we use simple present tense, and I gave some helping verbs. We do use for simple present tense or to talk about daily routines. We use do and we use does, and I gave you the structure, which was subject plus verb in its first form plus objects. For example, we gave I play soccer. When you say I play soccer, I is the subject, play is the verb in its first form, meaning we only remove two, but we don't change the rest of the verb, and then soccer. Okay? I do not play soccer or I don't play soccer. Remember, do used in negative form. We say do not or don't. I don't play soccer. Sorry, I don't play tennis. Or I do not play tennis. And then this is the third form of the simple present tense. Um, it's the interrogative form. When you ask when you ask questions, we use for this subject, which is into third person of singular, we use does he play baseball? Does he play baseball? Okay, good. And I told you that we use do with I, you, we, and they. Okay, and we use does with he, she, and it. Okay, third person singular. He, she, it. Knowing that we use he for boys or male, okay, and we use she for girls or females, okay, and we use it for things, okay. So this is a little bit of the rules that I gave you last time, that we taught last time, that you learned with me last time on simple present tense or daily routines. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you my typical day. I'm going to talk about my typical day. What do I do uh, during a day? Okay, for example, what uh, do I do when I wake up in the morning? What do I do in the afternoon? And what do I do in the evening? So I'm gonna give you this. Look at it. It looks like a little bit. It looks like uh, uh, it's like an essay. Okay, I wrote an essay. It's a text. It's a short text. This is a short text about my day. Now, in this text, I'm going to demonstrate the use of the simple present tense, because we use the simple present tense to talk about things we do every day or things we do regularly. Okay. And this is how I used it. Now, this is my essay. It's my story. I'm sorry, I'm going to come back to the story. This is how I go with my day. I get up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Then I take a shower and brush my teeth. I have breakfast at 7 o'clock a.m. I regularly eat a dish of omelette and bread plus a glass of milk. I add a green apple and a cup of water to my breakfast. I leave my home at 7:30. Remember the use of time. You need to have lesson on this. Please check our previous video on telling the time. So I leave my home at 7:30. I go to work. My work starts at 8 a.m. I am a teacher. I teach conversation course to freshman year and reading class to sophomore. Freshman year, there's a new word here. Freshman is, it means people or students who go to the university for the first time. So it is the first year students at the university level or even at a center, training center. If you go for the first time, we call you freshman, okay? And sophomore, these are people who are at the second level of their studies, okay? The second year of studies. We call them sophomore. So I teach conversation course to freshman year and reading class to sophomore. I like my work. In the afternoon, I take a break before, I take a break of forget before, okay, forget before. I take a break of, I'm going to remove before because it doesn't stand here. So let's remove before. I take a break. I just take a break of, I'm gonna, yes, this is it. I take a break of about half an hour. I take a break of about half an hour. I do not own an office at my work. I usually work in the office of the department where I work. Okay? I leave my office at 7 in the evening, 7 p.m. I get home around 8, meaning 8 p.m. in the evening. I find dinner already cooked. I do not cook. I am not good at it, mean I don't really know how to cook. My wife does. It means my wife does the cooking for me. After my dinner, I watch motivational stories on YouTube. You guys can watch my lessons on YouTube after your dinner. Okay? There are a lot of motivational stories, okay, on YouTube. I also watch African movies and series. I love them. These stories are amazing. I never get bored. I never stop watching. I go to bed late, generally at about 11 p.m. in the evening. Okay? Now, this is a little bit how I used the simple present tense to talk about my typical day, what I do during a day, from the morning when I wake up up to the evening when I finish my day or when I am about to sleep. Okay? Now, what you see in red are the verbs that I used in the simple present tense. Here you have I get up, I take, I brush, I brush my teeth. I have breakfast. Breakfast is the meal you eat in the morning when you finish taking a shower and getting dressed. Okay? That's why I say I usually eat a dish of omelette and bread plus a glass of milk. Good. So you have the first person use and you also have the third person use. I told you last time for the third person use of verbs, we generally speaking add s. So you have my work starts. Okay, my work starts. My work, we can replace this by a personal pronoun. It will be it. It starts. It's a thing. My work is a thing. So I say it's. Okay. We use the third person um, pronoun it. It starts. Okay. At 8. I am a teacher. I teach conversation course. Okay. I like and see here in blue. I do not own. Okay. I did use the verb own into negative form. So we need the helping verb do plus not. Okay. So I do not own an office at my work. It means I don't have a personal office at my work. Okay, I usually use the office of the department. Okay, see this again here. My wife does. Talking about I who do not cook, I'm using the third person because my wife does the cooking. So my wife cooks. I don't want to repeat the verb cooks. So I only use does. Okay, it's an helping verb, as I told you. It's a helping verb. My wife does. And does here, my wife is the third person singular. We can replace this by she. Okay, she does. Okay, she does. Third person singular. Do is we add es at the end of do. Okay, so it becomes does. Okay, and see how differently I used the verb to be in the simple present tense. Again, I'm going to repeat the reading. I get up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Then I take a shower and brush my teeth. I have breakfast at 7 a.m. I regularly eat a dish of omelette and bread plus a glass of milk. I add a green apple and a cup of water to my breakfast. I leave my home at 7:30 or 7:30. I go to work. My work starts at 8 a.m. I am a teacher. I teach conversation course to sophomore or to freshman year and reading class to sophomore. I like my work. In the afternoon, I take a break of about half an hour. I do not own an office, etc., etc. You can continue the reading. Now, I have a work for you. This is your turn, okay? What is your typical day like? I want you to tell me about your typical day. And second question is, what do you do on the weekends? Me, on the weekends, on Saturday, I do sports and I watch movies and I read books. And on Sunday, generally speaking, I go to church. Okay, now what do you do? Okay, I need you to tell me what do you do, what you do, what's your typical day looks like, and what you do on the weekend base using this form. Don't forget, writing this typical day, following this example, I want you to write your own typical day. It means what you do every day from morning till evening. And don't forget to write about what you do in the weekends. Okay, so please, three things before we say goodbye to this lesson. Number one, share the video. Number two, like it. And number three, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much and see you in the next video. I wish you have a good learning of this typical day of yours. Thank you.